by focusing on the touring years, which was, that was the group's idea, I thought it was an inspired way to approach this because it gives it the shape of an adventure story. It's sort of this ensemble adventure survival story. And what I really hope it does is it gives people a great experience of what the Beatles were live, sure, but also offers this reminder in a really focused, story-driven way of who they were before Beatlemania, what they became during the course of it, how they grew, how they evolved artistically and as individuals, and how the world culturally was shifting. And sometimes, very often, the world was influencing what the Beatles were going through, and the Beatles were influencing, the way the world looked at things.
It's the first documentary that takes this segment of their career and goes through it exhaustively and gives you a sense of what it looked like from the outside and also from the inside looking out. So it's very different than other pieces that have been done.
We don't want to mine from the same interviews as have been used in the past because, especially the big fans, they're very aware. They know the Werner interview that was given for Rolling Stone and the interview that was given for Playboy magazine. Those are very famous John Lennon interviews. We were able to find a few others, some with Tom Snyder, and one was called the Cups interview. And I don't think I've seen that before. We use it a couple of places in the film.
So Paul McCartney was involved a lot, Ringo Starr was involved a lot, Olivia Harrison, Yoko Ono, everybody chipped in and gave what they had. I mean, it was open. It was open to, this was, as I said, this was a chance to dig in and tell the story. So they really gave us a lot of inside the bubble and a lot of archival footage and a lot of, just like, sort of an open door, really, to tell the story that needed to be told.
You might think you know the Beatles and love their music and kind of have a sense of who they were and what a phenomenon they were, but you don't really know the journey, the intensity of it. And it's pretty jaw-dropping stuff as a story, and I began to see in it a great movie story. The only thing is we're using archival footage and some new interviews to tell this story. So it's been a really exciting creative challenge, but I'm very happy with what we have to offer.